There's 2 strutters. Let's sit right here behind this one. All right, let's go. So cool.
Dude, you hammered it.
Man, it's been a long day. It's been a tough day.
We've been watching these birds. We hunted this place this morning, watched these birds for a couple hours this afternoon. You know, sat right here, snuck along that ditch, and when a plan comes together,
Man, it just worked out perfect. I just love the terrain. It's kind of easy to glass these birds from a distance and kind of see what they're doing. And we were watching them. They were with a bunch of hens, and we knew that they'd be tough to call. So
you were able to kind of use this rise right here, although it was just enough, you know, like not to have to come at them completely flat. And I think it was enough to, get their interest. And
that's cool.
I'm happy
that's
for
awesome.
you, man. That's
first Tennessee bird.
A cool bird.
I was laid back. I was rested up, kind of leaning backwards. I just held it on and let it ride.
Flat on your back after the shot. But you hammered it, man. I'm happy for you.
Gosh, thank you.
Let's get him in the truck. It's been a good week so far.
Yeah, I think it's only going to get better too. Pretty good spurs. Pretty good beard. Heavy bird. I'm pumped. Hey, let's go get another one.
Let's go in the morning. It's about the roost now.
Here he comes, here he comes.
Come on, dude. That's why you gotta stay after it. 1 o'clock. Me and Drake Lamb been on a turkey. 6 o'clock this morning, and we didn't give off. And we came in here and said, man, let's just give him 15 minutes. Sat down and give him 15 minutes, and he finally, after about 10 minutes of calling, he struck up and got the gobbling. And old Bo Cephas finished him off again. Looky here, come on. Bama, bird down. He got some hooks. Yes, sir. He's at least a 3-year-old. He got a rope on him. Yes. I don't know. Look at this baby right here. About look at that TSS did. That TSS about cut his head off. He was about 20 steps. I'm gonna tell you what, and Drake was in the open the sun too, man. We was decked out in our timber. We had some good backdrop, and that's what it's all about. He come in there and just locked on and came in perfect. Look at that, gorgeous. Midday gobby here in Bama. Man, what a toad. They getting right, man. We headed to Mississippi, they getting right in the south because they've been henned up bad. Turkey's been a little bit behind, but they're starting to break away. And this right here is living proof why you don't give up. Keep after them. Keep after them. We heard a turkey gobble 3 times on a limb this morning, and he got with some hens and shut up. He whooped us. We kept on until about noon, and it's about 1:30 right now. But man, I'm glad we didn't give up. Where this bird has been coming to this tee in this road, he's pretty close. He's probably a little over 100 yards roost down there in this bottom. These birds every day between 8 and 9 o'clock have been coming up this road. He's been doing the same thing every day, so we're just gonna sit still. Hopefully he does what he's been doing. I think I hear him spitting. Coming left. Hens, I see him. Here he comes, I see him, don't move. Here he comes, yawning.
That was a plethora of hens, buddy. Good shot.
God, look at all the freaking hens.
Yes, yes, yes. Open them up. He's got a rope, buddy.
Thank you, Philip and Drake. Drake got to reap some of the benefit of this.
I'm telling you.
But thank you, Philip and Drake, for doing your homework on this bird. And
I really think
I feel a little
Phillip,
bit guilty.
You know, I kind of do too, because they're probably over there struggling a little bit. Yeah, they probably on the struggle bus, and we over here with a bird in the lap.
Man,
you know.
And look at kind of where we were sitting too. Philip, he put out that truck camera right there. I set up. I was 5 yards from the camera, so thank you, Philip, for doing all the work for us. What a great hunt, though. I mean, all these hens were yelping and cutting, and you know, he wasn't saying anything. You know, he was, you know, came in the road running these jakes, but you know, we didn't make one call.
No.
It's tough to be patient because you want to call, you want to put out decoys, but man, when you kind of do your homework a little bit and you know that he's been doing the same thing, you got him kind of patterned like a deer.
Right.
You know, if you're trying to shoot one, you know, do what we just did. Hold on, Philip's calling. Let's put him on speaker.
Let's FaceTime him.
Hey, man.
Hey, how about it, bud?
Man, we're excited about eating some waffles here in a little bit.
I'm telling you. I seen it on the camera before you even texted me a picture.
Did you?
Yeah.
Thank you. I just was giving you credit. Thank you for coming in here and doing your homework and letting us come in here. Man, it was awesome. You could hear him spitting and drumming in this bottom for probably 10 minutes before he got in here.
Where he was, I said, man, he still might come down that road.
Man, it
Awesome,
couldn't have gone any better.
Is that him, you think?
Yeah, it's him. Yeah, Drake
I
is.
smelled his breath.
Drake knows his beard.
I smelled his breath, and there's a little onion on it, so I'm pretty sure it's him.
Sweet, well, congrats to all y'all, man.
Thank you, bud.
Thank you. Congratulations to you.
Dude, what a beautiful bird. I mean, just pretty. Look at them feathers.
Coloration
Up right here.
is unreal.
I mean, that fan, that turkey right there is so pretty. Man, let's get him loaded up and let's see if we can get on another one for you.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, let's head to the buggy.
All right.
There we go. I think that's the long beard. All their heads are colored up. They're coming. You see him?
Yeah. They're looking.
There they go. There they go.
Now.
About took his head off. Man, what a day in Mississippi. What a day in Mississippi. And old big boy led the charge right there when he come marching the old road to glory down here to Bocephus, son, and he made his maker. Can't stop it. So that is a mangled, beat up head right there now. Kicks, jokes, and TSS. Federal Kicks in Remington, I'm gonna tell you, that's the old skull fracture turkey right there now. Dr. Reed, thank you, buddy. Thank you. He had to work today and he allowed us to keep on hustling. It was about 25-mile-an-hour winds. And we just, you know, instead of just burning it down and running a gun, and we waited till this afternoon and came and started glassing a few of these little fields he had, and it paid off. One of the cool things is we never made a call till we were set up, but man, I'm gonna tell you what, we got set up and the wind broke a little bit and we scratched in the leaves, and I think they probably heard us getting set up right here. We're probably 80 or 90 yards from the mouth of this field, and soft calling, and I could see them through the trees, and I know Drake could, but as soon as the first call, you can see their heads change colors, and here they come. And it took a while. I want to make sure them jakes got clear, and Drake had a grunt different angle than I did, but once they finally, the water's parted there, and I went ahead and put it on his eyeball and let it rip. But I want to show you real quick our setup here. We got little Bocephus out, but one of the things I've always kind of been a pet peeve of mine after busting a few turkeys in the past, you get a clean road like this, and if you ever got a decoy up, I always like to set it off to the side to where, even look, you can look from back here, we're not, 10 yards from it, you can see that skull cap shining. And man, when they came out there and they could just look down here and see that skull cap shining, it's like he led the charge. He come through all them jakes and come in here. But I don't like putting them in this clean road. I kind of like them off to the side where it's not just like a standing statue down there. And I don't know, for me, it seems like it's helped. So yeah, I'm gonna keep doing it. But these trees, I couldn't even see the decoy, but we knew they were gonna stay in this road more than likely. So we got tucked up, and Drake got tucked up right back behind me, and man, these pines, it was just perfect perfect setup, you know, because when they come around the road, we had this road bend the back, so we had all this timber behind us breaking us up. And man, especially in these pine trees, this timber was just, we disappeared. And I mean, I think he would have come on up here at about 2 steps, but we cut him down when we had to because I didn't want to miss him. I missed a bunch of turkeys, so I didn't want that to happen. I don't know, that's just a little tip, kind of how we try to set up, you know, especially filming. Always get on the opposite side of the bend so you can see down the road. And it worked out textbook today. Mississippi has been on fire. I hope we can just keep this up for the rest of the year. See them, here they come, here they come. I can see tail fins coming. There's 2 of them at least. Let them come in here, Chris. You just get one kill and I'll try to follow up. You get the first one though. You see them. Them hens are in the front now. Watch them hens. Make sure them hens and Jake's clear. Ease your safety off. They're gonna come to the decoy, just let him come on. Okay. Just follow them to the right, follow them with your gun. Follow them. Let them clear, let them clear. Let them clear. Whenever you get a clear shot, take it. Let him clear. Let him clear. Whenever. Kelly. Kelly. Let him come out. Left, left, left. Shot. Yes.
White tips.
Man, cold, windy morning.
Yeah, it is cold.
Slow start, but we got on them.
Yeah.
Super guy. Super guy. Man, that was gorgeous the way they came in here. And just, I mean, it's crazy. You know, that's about the,
Struck the Hoy out.
oh yeah, that's about the 3rd time them turkeys will gobble to give away their location. Then you get in here on them, they shut up, and them hens get to working. And just, man, them hens brought them right in here to us. Good job, buddy.
For your time.
You hadn't met Bo Cephas before. Did you ever meet Bo Cephas?
Yeah. First time been around Bo Cephas.
Oh man, he came, but when they saw him, he kind of come up through the hens and gobbled right here about 20 yards. Just what a way to cap it off, man.
Yep.
What a way to end a good week in Wyoming. We're gonna keep this gravy train rolling though. We got more tags. 13-degree wind chill. Brand new box of shells.
I feel like we hunting Arctic wolves.
I'm telling you, I feel like we're hunting a great muskox.
It does feel like we're the epic shocky bitches.
Maybe they'll walk right up to us like the muskox do.
I know it.
Trying to break this bad luck streak before it becomes a curse. Maybe we can double.
You know what they say, you can't kill them on the couch.
Again, I'm gonna tell you again, have my back.
I need somebody to have my back having your back.
Good shot. Good shot. Good shot. He wasn't gonna do no more than he was doing.
Brother, that's the coldest.
He's going to whoop that turkey. That's the coldest.
That's the coldest I've ever been turkey hunting right there.
Look at it. This John's going to whoop him now. I didn't care what he did. I just want you to kill him.
Man, at least I broke the curse.
This is cold. He done whooped up you, Jack.
I can't fast the coldest I've ever been. I couldn't even feel the trigger. I just pulled back. I made sure them beads were lined up and let her rip.
I don't know what we got, David Blanton. If you don't like that footage, David, I love you. You're my boss, but you come here and get it yourself. You come here and get it yourself. Because I'm about to die. I seen Jim Shockey Warmer on the Arctic moose muskox hunt. This is unbelievably cold. This is Marty Stauffer didn't set out and crap like this to get footage.
I can't feel nothing.
Good job.
That was fun, brother.
Good job.
That was fun. You got right underneath.
Shoot.
Oh, he's warm. He's so warm.
All right. Good job.
You want to hold him for a minute? Hell, heat your hands up.
Yeah, let me
Oh my, that's the coldest I've ever turkey hunted. And by far the coldest I've ever killed a turkey. Man, we came here.
We got him. Here in the great Nordic wild.
Okay. I was scared there was going to be a curse going on, but finally, man, been a struggle the last few days staying on turkey, keeping my head down. I buried the bead on them on that one. Can't stop the flock, even in 13-degree wind chill. There he comes, you good, Drake. He's coming. You got him? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna let him come. You're good. You good, Drake? Drake, are you good? I'm good. Okay. Drake, yeah. Come on about that. Yes, sir. Opening morning. About 10 steps.
That's the way to do it, baby. Nice job.
Talk about that. Oh, HS decoy right there now. Son, look at this right here. Opening day of Florida. About 6 or 7 steps. My man, we've had some good history down here.
I know it. It's been fun.
Keeping this better, it keeps getting better and better. Kind of playing this whole trip around Dallas Davis and getting him a turkey because he missed one last year and he's never killed Osceola. And you know, this piece of property isn't that big, but we sent some Spartans down here, got some cameras and got trail cams and videos of some long bears, so we knew there's turkeys in the area. But what we had to do moving up on this bird was really perfect. Just these little patches, like you were saying, you can kind of run and gun, and not even just running through columns. You can move on them versus being just in a pasture, you know. But then in these openings, it's clean, just like a pasture. And we watched this turkey for 45 minutes, probably to an hour, and then he was down there and he bred a hen, and she left. I guess it was her that left, and then he went up that tree line, and man, we had one gap for our old little Jake over there, our HS Strut Jake, and we got to come up with a name for him now. I don't. Golly.
We were what, few hundred yards away when we first heard him.
Oh yeah, and then man, it's so, even earlier we were talking about these flatlander birds, what I call them, is just so flat that sound doesn't carry. Whereas you don't, you know, and you got to sometimes be really patient and just let, kind of like he got fired up, you know, but when we got in here on him, he shut up. Yeah. So luckily he was fired up enough where we can move in here on and get set up. And golly, this never gets old, I can tell you that.
It's awesome, man.
And I mean, it never gets old. All right, he literally just got done flopping, so we can give everybody kind of a perspective of what the turkey's looking at, because I busted a lot of turkeys and killed a lot of turkeys, and the first thing I do is go look at what they see and what worked or what didn't work. But he was about 6 steps, so Drake can come around here, and this is, he was strutting right here, so this is his point of view. We come around this little island, this little palm tree island, oak tree, or what all it is, but come around and got in and got off to where we weren't silhouetted. There's enough underbrush in the back for Drake off that corner where he could see down this side, but there's enough underbrush where he's not skylit. So we're sticking out, so we're gonna step it off. 3, 6. He was 7 steps. So I was tucked up in here, you know, pretty good. And then Drake was out here so he could see if the turkey did come to the right. Well, it looked out he didn't come too far right, and perfect. But you know, that's something I always like to do, even on hunts that go bad, is take a look at the vantage point of that turkey to where they see if they do bump or if you do kill a turkey, you can see what they're seeing and see what works and make note of it, and see what doesn't work, make note of it.
Boom! Kaboom!
Boy, that was pretty.
Son!
Oh my goodness, that was pretty. Golly, was that beautiful.
Holy smokes!
Was that pretty?
Oh my goodness!
But it was that pretty.
I mean, across a canyon.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man, that was gorgeous. I had the backseat view of it.
Oh my God.
Drake said, I think he's in the bottom, and then he got and you could hear his chest rattling.
Yeah. Drake saw him across the ridge.
He came, well, that's when he shut up, he was coming.
Yeah.
What a hunt. What a way to cap off Montana.
He lied, dude. Drake said, here he comes. He is an awesome turkey.
Dude, that was gorgeous. His head glowing. Oh, Montana.
You lied, dude. That was awesome. Oh,
Montana, we're down to about the last hour. Man, look at it. He got a rope on him.
He does, doesn't he?
Look at that. You jellied his head. He's bleeding like a lung shot, dude.
Seriously.
Well, let's step it off
10
right here.
steps, if that.
Step it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. 7.5 to the gun barrel. Oh, man. Golly. Little Bocephus, look at that. Little Bocephus got a little blood on it. Wonder if TSA will mind without going through check. Good
That's spring
job.
thunder right
I'm
there.
telling you, we have broken into a thunderstorm.
You lied. Oh, man.
That was gorgeous.
God, that was
He came up just perfect on that ridge and saw him, and it was a death march.
That was incredible.
Man.
Incredible. I tell you what, that was amazing.
He locked and was just, I mean, you think about, you can't hunt like you can back home, because you would have been like, oh, we'll have to walk 3 miles to get around there to him. I was like, man, just give him time, he may come. And then
Drake said, I see him on
Oh,
the
you
ridge.
saw him?
On the other ridge, straight.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the only thing we can do.
When he gobbled in the bottom, though, that time, I said, it's probably over.
Man, what a hunt.